6:14, welcome back. Stadiums and arenas are filling up once again as the country continues to ease its way out of nearly 2 years worth of restrictions and cancellations. Many of our activities and outlets for entertainment were put on hold during the pandemic, but in the world of mixed martial arts, there was an opportunity for growth while other sports were inactive. Fox 43 takes an inside look at why the sport has become so popular in our area.
For centuries, martial arts has been widely recognized as a method of self-defense, discipline, and mental strength.
Hands down. Oh, body there. Massive body shot.
Disciplines you might be familiar with are karate, judo, or even boxing, but over the years, hundreds of styles have blended together, paving the way for what we know today as mixed martial arts. It was one of the only sports that regularly put on events during the pandemic. In fact, they posted their best financial year in 2021 with just under $1 billion in revenue. So why did it catch on so quickly?
It used to be guys were fighters. Now guys are athletes. Years ago, you had to convince people. What's jiu-jitsu? What is this? Oh man, try, it's this. And not to be jaded, but I'm not trying to convince you anymore.
Aside from adapting and being disciplined about COVID protocols, owner of Zero BJJ in York, Mike Oberdick, believes MMA has grown because it taps into the emotions of viewers by presenting competition in its most raw form.
Be it MMA or jiu-jitsu as a whole, is the tribe aspect of it. Like, you could go through your entire day without coming in physical contact with somebody, which I think in my line of work is weird. You are asked in a very short period of time to let somebody in your space. You develop a thing, whatever it may be, their rapport or whatever. You see things differently and the world is different.
There are two main facets to MMA, striking and grappling. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which translates in Japanese to gentle art, is one of the oldest martial arts and was developed so that samurai could fight effectively while disarmed. There's no kicking or punching, but instead it uses chokes, joint locks, and takedowns. It's widely recognized as the foundation for grappling in MMA and appeals to all walks of life.
Everybody's treated the same. Race, creed, job, wealth, you know what I mean? Like, I could care less. As soon as you come on here, everybody gets the same amount of respect from me, and I demand that of everybody else.
Even our kids' class, we have little girls here who at that age especially are a little smarter than the boys, and the girls stick it to the boys, and I'm like, yes. You know what I mean? Because they're not as strong, but they don't have to be.
Oberdick received his black belt in 2013 and started up his gym, Zero BJJ, in York the next year. Since then, he has worked to develop a relationship with the community, making martial arts more accessible to everyone.
We have a young lady that comes in. She's a teacher at one of the schools that kids generally go to when they're troubled, combative kids, 18, 19, they age out. And she's probably $130. She's very tiny. But at this point, she's fine.
He prefers the term life defense over self-defense, as the lessons learned translate to more than physical protection. While the sport is watched by millions, Oberdick says real fighting isn't pleasant, and he strives to make his students comfortable in the uncomfortable situations.
You have to make them realize what they're capable of, because they are capable of it, but doing it slowly and seeing them reach their goals, and they want to come back.
Next Sunday, we'll hear from two professional fighters from the area about how wrestling lays the foundation for many fighters and why the transition to other martial arts has gained traction in South Central PA.